My boyfriend private photo, my nudes in his bras group, chat-free content for the boys, he said. When I found out, I didn't block him. I started taking more pictures. Instead, less clothes, nastier angles, better lighting. My best friend stared at me like I'd lost my mind. He humiliated you like that, and you are not even mad, Mia asked. At a very time, I pictured Chase Reed's stupidly beautiful face, those movie star cheekbones, that lazy rich boy smirk. I honestly couldn't even stay angry. Mia just shook her head. You are gone. Brain dead in love. You are a lost cause. I opened my phone and flipped to the add friend screen, tilting it toward her. A line of pending friend requests, all guys, every single one, a buddy of Chase's. You really don't get it, I said. People flock together for a reason. Collect a whole set of repressed freaks, damaged rich boys, secret softies. That is more entertaining than half the dating sims out there. We girls, I smiled. When we stop pretending to be nice, we have more stamina and more weapons than they can ever imagine. Evie Carter, I swear to God, there is no saving you. Mia's voice came through my phone, full volume, full rage. I locked my screen and let out a little laugh. She is not wrong. I fell in love with human garbage. That is about as unsalvageable as it gets. The day I scrolled through Chase's group chat, the one with all his childhood buddies, that was the day my life jumped to a completely different track. The photo he used was from his birthday, taken in his off-campus apartment. He'd spent the whole night begging for it. Come on, baby, just one, he'd murmured against my neck, just for me. I swear I'll keep it locked. No one else will ever see. He swore on his trust fund, on his dead goldfish, on anything he could think of until I caved. I'd been half naked on his bed, one arm trying to hide my face, the other trying to push his phone away. And he just kept saying how much he wanted something of mine to keep. I honestly thought he meant it. Then he dropped that exact picture into his browse chat like it was a meme. Fully time, boys, he wrote. You are welcome. The messages that followed made my stomach flip. Ryan Blake said, holy shit, that is the scholarship girl you've been talking about. I thought she'd be some awkward little nerd not hiding that kind of body under those Target jeans. Miles Bennett said, yeah, she does not look shy in that pic for a broke honor student. She is flexible, didn't you say? She is super uptight though. Acts like you are harassing her if you touch her. Trace Reed said, I used to think scholarship girls were like ice queens, expensive, hard to get, lots of effort. Turns out couple cheap gifts and some sweet talk and they fold. Way easier and cheaper than I thought, Chase Reed. As for how wild she is, Chase Reed, Chase Reed in bed. She is like a dead fish. If she wasn't still a virgin when I got her, I'd be bored already. Chase Reed face and body are worth looking at though. Might as well grab a few pics for the boys. No reason to waste good assets. The moment I read that, all the blood in my body felt like it froze solid. Mia was right. Any sane person would have dumped him on the spot, blocked the entire friend group, maybe even set his car on fire for good measure. But why should I be the only one who loses? He took my trust and turned it into a punchline, into content. I thought about going to the police, but I am a broke scholarship kid with no family, no connections, nothing. They're all legacy kids and heirs and CEOs in training. Their parents donate buildings. Mine don't. They wouldn't even need to lift a finger. Their family lawyer scold grind me into dust before a case ever saw daylight and make sure I understood exactly what know your place means. So no, just dumping him and walking away. That felt way too cheap for them. If they treated me like a toy, then this time I'd be the one playing the game. I didn't confront him, didn't scream, didn't cry. I quietly put his phone back on his nightstand, curled into his chest, and pretended I hadn't seen a thing. I stopped saying no to his invitations to hang with the guys. In fact, I started asking to tag along. Babe, you sure? Chase asked the first time, smirking as he hooked an arm around my waist. It gets pretty wild. That is okay, I said, giving him my best shy smile. I just want to be where you are. Saturday night, he took me to one of those ridiculously overpriced VIP lounges, downtown, the kind with leather booths, bottle service, and enough neon to induce seizures. Boys, he announced, pulling me closer, so my hip pressed into his. This is my girlfriend, Ivy. I'd done my makeup, soft and innocent, glossy lips, long lashes, no harsh lines. The dress was white and simple, neckline low enough to show the top of my chest and a delicate cut of my collarbones. Innocent from a distance, a problem up close, a guy with silver gray hair let out a low whistle, Ryan Blake. I'd seen his name in the chat. So this is the famous honor student girlfriend. I thought she'd be, I don't know, more cardigan, less. His eyes did a deliberate slow slide down my body. Situation. I flinched back, tucking myself deeper into Chase's side. Let my shoulders hunch, fingers twisting the hem of my dress. Hey, I murmured, barely above the music. Nice to meet you. Chase ate it up, his arm clamped tighter around my waist, jaw ticking with territorial pride. He dropped his chin on top of my head like he was shielding me from the world. Chill. Guys, you are freaking her out, he said. His voice was smug as hell. I lowered my gaze so no one could see the flash of ice there. The bass rattled my ribs. Colored lights swung across the room, cutting through the haze of cigarettes, smoke, and spilled tequila. Chase got dragged into a dice game at the other end of the booth, roaring with laughter as his friends shouted bets. He left me in the corner with a mocktail and a view. Didn't take long for Ryan to slide in beside me, 2 drinks in hand. Hey, honor student, sitting here alone's kinda sad, don't you think? He said, holding one out to me. Try this. It is sweet. Practically juice. I scooted a couple inches away, pulling my dress down over my thighs. Then tonight you learn. Ryan's grin was easy and indecent. He nudged the glass toward my lips. Relax. You are with Chase's friends. We don't bite unless you ask. His fingers accidentally brushed my mouth. I jerked, like I'd been burned. The glass in my hands slipped, sending red liquid splashing all over his expensive white button-up. Oh, my God, I am so sorry. I scrambled up, grabbing napkins like a maniac. I didn't mean to. I am sorry, I am sorry. My hands fluttered over his chest trying to blot the stain. Ryan caught my wrist smiling. Hey, chill. It is just a shirt. I looked up at him, eyes going glassy bottom, lip trembling. I could feel the tears prickling on cue, years of survival mode turning into a performance. In my peripheral vision, I watched Chase glance over. His smile faltered. His eyes narrowed. Good, he'd seen me get pushed around. Hook set. Chase strode over, like he owned the floor. He yanked me behind him, more rough than gentle. What the hell are you doing? He asked Ryan, voice low and hard. Ryan put his hands up. Relax, man. She literally just spilled her drink. I was telling her, it is fine. He glanced down at his soaked shirt, then at my red-rimmed eyes, humor curling at the edge of his mouth. Your girl's a little fragile, he added. Touch her and she looks ready to cry. It is kind of adorable, like a little porcelain doll. You got a bubble. Rapper dude. The words sounded like a compliment. They weren't. I tugged lightly on the back of Chase's hoodie, leaning forward so only he could hear me. Chase, it was my fault, I whispered. I am just clumsy. Don't fight over me. Okay, it is not worth it. In the months we'd been together, I'd learned Chase's triggers. He could treat me like I was disposable, like a toy for his friend's entertainment. But the second someone else touched his toy, his ego went nuclear. He wanted everyone to know I was his possession, only he got to ruin me. Don't tell me how to handle my girl, he snapped at Ryan, not at me. She is with me. That means nobody gets to push it. Ryan lifted both eyebrows, lazy grin, still in place. Fine, fine. She is all yours. Always was right. Tension crackled between them. Miles finally stepped in, pressing a hand to Chase his shoulder. Jesus, can we not start shit over a shirt? Come on, Reed. Get back here and lose another round. I am on a streak. Chase didn't answer, but his grip on me loosened just enough to drag me back to our spot. He spent the rest of the night glued to my side, forced to laugh a little too loud, drink held a little too tight. His arm never left my shoulders. Ryan stayed on his side of the room, but every so often I felt his gaze skim over us. Amused and sharp, I stayed in character, jumped when someone shouted too loud, sipped my mocktail. Like it was hard liquor, sat small and quiet, scrolling aimlessly on my phone while they talked about cars and watches and girls like they were all the same kind of accessory. Toward the end of the night, I slipped away to the restroom. I touched up my lip gloss in the mirror, smoothed my dress, wheeled my expression back to soft and breakable. The door swung open. Ryan leaned against the frame, hands in his pockets, scanned me like I was something on a menu. Hey, honor student, he drawled, getting tired of the shy act. Yet my hand froze around the lip gloss. I don't know what you mean, I said, eyes widening in the mirror. Sure you don't. He pushed off the door and walked toward me, slow and deliberate. You accidentally spill your drink. You almost cry. Where Chase can see, you pull the don't fight. It is my fault line, so he can play the hero. You are a good sweetheart, I'll give you that. He boxed me in between his body and the sink, his breath warm against my ear. Cute little routine would work on Chase. Every time I went rigid, he wasn't wrong. That was the problem. That was the problem. Don't bother with the whole deer in headlights thing, he added, voice dropping. You are not fooling me. My heart hammered against my ribs. I didn't shove him away. Instead, I looked up and met his eyes head on. There it was again, that mocking sparkle in his dark gaze, curiosity, a hint of something darker. Slowly, I let my expression shift. The fear melted out of my features, leaving something sharper, colder in its place. So what if I am playing him? I asked quietly. What exactly are you going to do about it? Ryan blinked, surprised that I admitted it so easily. You are not worried. I'll tell him, he asked, one brow lifting. Go run back to your boyfriend and tell him he's pure little scholarship girl is actually a manipulative bee-boo. You won't, I said. His laugh came out incredulous. The fetty makes you so sure because to tell him, I said, you'd have to admit something first. I dragged my fingers slowly over the drying stain on his shirt, tracing the outline. If you tell Chase I am playing games, you are also admitting you are trying to steal his girl, I murmured. You really think his ego can handle that? His smile thinned. He took a step back, eyes narrowing, reassessing. Little honor students got balls, he said. Cute, but you are still assuming I'd ever want to steal you from him. That is a big leap. Not really, I said. I tilted my head, gaze dipping to his pocket before flicking back up. I saw your phone earlier, Ryan.